So, y'all, huge news today. I just wanted to do a quick video, and I figured since I'm just kind of got a little downtime at work, I might as well just talk a little bit about this Wonder Woman 84. I mean, wow, what a big call, right? By HBO, by Warner Bros. To go ahead and put Wonder Woman 84, do it in theaters and on HBO Max, which can be a huge shift in the industry like that. Like, look, this is the first of its kind. This is the first time it's gonna happen. So I'm wondering how this is going to affect movies in the future, because I just can see this getting huge. Like, this, apparently it was a private YouTube video or a YouTube trailer that came out on Warner Bros. Official channel, guys, official channel. I wish I got a screenshot so I could show you, but it turned private like right after. So it was like, okay, it came out and then I hit refresh and it was on private. And I was like, damn, for real? Come on, why'd y'all have to do that, HB or Warner Bros? But yes, James, huge news. Yes, my boy Alex, I see you in the chat. This is true, my friend. This is true. And it is coming to both theaters and HBO Max. It came officially from Warner Bros. So it's happening, y'all. They heard our rallies. They heard us. Honestly, I feel like we've been talking about this for probably like 3 or 4 months ever since it happened again. We were like, okay, we might as well go ahead and put this on HBO Max. And honestly, it's a pretty good move, I would say. I mean, look, is it good for the box office numbers? Probably not, but I mean, it's good to keep people on HBO Max. It's good to bring people into HBO Max. James, what up, bro? What's up, Christian? Sly, what's going on, guys? Sorry, I didn't see you there. I'm actually on the other end tagging up this video, but yeah, like huge news. I never thought that this would happen, to be honest, but at the same time, like, something had to happen. Something had to happen there, because this has been getting delayed for so many months. Wonder Woman 1984 does numbers for HBO Max. Yeah, and that's what I'm wondering is, will it bring in a lot of subscribers, or will it just, the people who are currently subscribers, just be all over it? I honestly think, James, it could be a subscriber magnet for them. Like, I think, look, nothing against Soul. I'm very excited for Soul. But I honestly almost feel like this could do even better, because, I mean, let's be real. We've been waiting on both of them for forever, but one is animated, one is not. Like, honestly, I'm thinking this could be an industry shifter. Really. I mean, it just depends on how, like you were saying, James, how the numbers go. And if the numbers go really well, this is a big shift in the industry here. Like, we're going to start seeing movies go exclusive, like, both to theaters and to streaming services. They already have deals marked out with Cinemark, AMC, Universal does, to already have their movies at VOD. I want to say it's 6 or 7 weeks after it premieres. And with Cinemark, it's like a special figure. It's like, oh, if it makes under 150,000, then it will go straight to the streaming service or video on demand as well. But man, oh man, this is huge, y'all. Like, this is huge news. Like, I can honestly see a lot of new movies coming up, especially for the remainder of the pandemic, however long this continues to go on. We're going to probably start seeing some of those big blockbusters go both theaters and on streaming services. Because let me be real, you guys, I haven't been back to theaters, but I have seen some of the movie theater seats and some pictures, and they've been widely empty. Like, there's been nobody at the movies. I can't quite say nobody, but a lot of people haven't been at the movies. Like, a lot of people have been. So I'm thinking, to save face, and to get some subscribers, they're going to start doing in theaters and on streaming. I mean, heck, Soul went straight to streaming services. Some of these movies, which I think should have happened in the first place, like Peter Rabbit 2 and stuff like that, put that straight on a streaming service. Like, why in the midst of the pandemic even try to make something off of like Peter Rabbit 2 or something like that? It's like, at this point, you might as well just go ahead and put that straight on streaming, which is exactly what they did here with Wonder Woman 1984. And it's just been so long waiting for it that I think it's almost necessary at this point, because it's like, all right, do you want it to just fade out of our minds? Like, let's be real, some of us are struggling to even remember about it. I totally agree with you, bro. Comic book movies, yeah, huge audience. I mean, they could see a subscriber spike. They were already gonna have it with the Zack Snyder stuff, but this can even bring them up more. Hey man, Christian, I totally understand. Like, you gotta see Soul. You're the Pixar guy, my man. So I understand. For me, I'm probably gonna have to watch them like both on that day. Like, Merry Christmas, I'm gonna spend some time with my family and then watch Wonder Woman 84 and Soul. Like, let's be real here. I don't think I can miss that. But you guys let me know. Are you like hyped for this news? Are you feeling good about it? Because I was like on the fence. I really wanted to see it in theaters first, but let's be real here. Who knows when theaters and the norm are gonna be back? Like, come on, who knows? Like, at this point, there are theaters closing back down. AMC was talking about possibly bankruptcy. Who knows? Like, I mean, where we're going, it's just a lot of things are going to go digital. And it's crazy. I had this conversation with my dad about 6 months ago. And this was his prediction, so I can't steal from him. But I will say this is a brilliant prediction. He believes, now, this is my dad, you know, he loves movies as well. He hasn't worked in the industry, but he knows movies. His prediction is companies like Amazon, big digital companies, are going to partner up with the movie theaters to offer both a streaming option / video on demand option and a theater option. And look, here we are, where it's already starting to happen and unfold. And I honestly think that might be the future of the industry. I think the movie theater industry is gone. I think that's officially, like, the days of traditional going to movies, a movie running through the industry for a couple of months, or running through the theater, for a couple of months. I think those days are over. I think we're going to see, okay, it's been out in the theater for 8 weeks. Now I can go watch it on video on demand. Like, I really think that the industry is going to, and even with the Blu-ray stuff, it begs up the question, what's going on with that? Are we going to just go straight to VOD first, then go to Blu-ray? Like, the whole industry is shook up. 3 weekends. Wow, that's even quicker than I thought. I thought it was like 6 or 7. I think I'll just wait until it's available for streaming. Not a bad idea, Christian. Like, at this point, we might as well just wait. The Suicide Squad next. It's set for 2021, so, like, into 2021, so maybe. I mean, at this point, who knows? Like, anything can go to streaming services now. Indifferent. Why is that, Christian? I'm curious. Why are you indifferent? Those companies may possibly buy the theaters outright. That too. I mean, like, Amazon, I could totally see Amazon just straight up being like, hey, AMC, you got all these. Shut down all the poorly operating ones for us, and then we'll buy the rest. I mean, at this point, like, imagine Amazon being able to release in theaters and to release on video on demand. Now, they would also have to go to the studios and get a whole agreement there, but it would be a whole different ball game if, like, somebody like Amazon was like, hey, we're purchasing AMC, close the bullshit ones down, and then the theaters that are the top performing are the only ones staying open. Because I believe that's a business move, something that Jeff Bezos would come in and do, would say, just all those crappy ones that have no people going to them, haven't for years, shut them down. What's up, Leo? Is this official? What up, Chris? What's going on, homie? Yeah, this is actually official, my man. This is official. The article just went out on THR, unless I'm still working, still doing a little work in here, looking and seeing, but from what I see, this is official. And I did see the actual trailer for a split second, and I hit refresh, and it went right to private. It was on Warner Bros. Official YouTube, and it just went private, and I was like, dude, no, why? Another movie I would send to HBO Max is Tom and Jerry. Look, I liked how that trailer looked, but I'm not about to pay for that movie. Like, in all retrospect, I'm not paying for that. I'm not paying for that movie. Gonna miss the days when I can no longer purchase film on physical copy. I mean, I think physicals are already gonna happen. Like, physicals are gonna stay around always, in my opinion. I don't know if that's true or not, but I believe that's the truth. What up, Perp? Salute, bro. Good to see you. You got your show tonight, man? Yeah, I seen you going live tonight, right? Yeah, hell yeah. I'll pull up, bro. AMC, Amazon Movie Company. See, they don't even have to change the name. Just put the little Amazon smile underneath or something, and then perfect. Tickets aren't on sale right now, to my knowledge. I mean, they might have even went on sale the last 10 minutes, man. Y'all know how often this industry updates. It's like by the minute, and I'm sitting here prepping up for the Fresh Prince special. I'm actually going to live stream that too and just go live and watch it. Just do a watch long. And here we are, Wonder Woman news breaks. And I'm just like, what? Might as well go live, because I feel we are seeing and we are going to witness a shift of the industry. I think that we are truly going to see something completely different at this point. Like Variety's reporting too. Yeah, I mean, all the major outlets are jumping on this now. Like, traditional theaters, this could be the trigger pull here. And that's what I was wondering earlier this year. I'm like, all right, which studio is just going to say, like, hey, we're just dropping, because I know Universal did Trolls and all that, but like, I was like, who's going to say we're dropping our big superhero movie on streaming services first? Warner Bros. Which, it brings up a little bit of a perspective there. It's like, okay, you either pay that $14.99 that you're paying for the HBO Max, or you pay to go see it in the movie theater for that same price or even more. And let me tell y'all, I'm about to be posted up on, on the couch watching it on HBO Max, because let's be real, I ain't going back to the theater anytime soon. I was going to go for Tenet, but ended up passing me up. Here's streaming rumors for Black Widows. Yeah, I've heard that too. And what they're going to do is they are going to wait and see how Soul does and how Wonder Woman 84 does. And if Wonder Woman 84 does great, guess what? Guess what else coming to streaming? Black Widow. Yep, Patty just confirmed. See, okay, this is great. This is great, because when I first talked about this news, I was very nervous because it was a private YouTube video. I'm like, yo, like, what the heck? By the way, hello, Jamie Williams. You're a new face, so thanks for coming through. But when I first saw it, I was like, dude, how the heck? Still hoping Godzilla versus Kong goes to Max. God, I will watch that right now if it was on HBO Max. Like, Godzilla versus Kong, that's going to be really cool, I hope. Gosh, I don't know. The last Godzilla movie was the actual fighting in Godzilla and King Ghidorah. That stuff was fantastic. The story, though, like, again, why we got to have Millie Bobby Brown involved this time? Like, it was just way too much. Like, come on, why we got to have Millie Bobby like that, involved like that? Come on now. Not yet. Not yet, Christian. There is not a confirmed for Black Widow. But, I mean, yo, after this, there very well might be a Black Widow coming to Disney+. And if this is for free, Wonder Woman 84, which I'm reading that it is, I would bet your dollar that they would do the exact same thing with Black Widow. And then, unfortunately, the next couple superhero movies this is what's gonna happen, because yes, the vaccines are very effective, 90%, some 94% in terms of, according to the research. But let's be real here. I believe, and maybe this is true or not, the most important people are going to get it first. And you got to get through the people who, of course, are most threatened by the virus and by the pandemic, the people who are, most likely to be exposed. Then you got to get the people, the sports stars and the entertainers and stuff like that. Like that vaccine's not going to trickle down and be widely available till probably late 2021. And I hate to be a bearer of bad news or anything, but I'm just saying, like, I don't foresee it coming out anytime soon. Wow, got a couple of y'all in here. Thanks for coming out, talking a little bit of Wonder Woman 1984. I definitely think we're on track here to see Wonder Woman 1984 change the industry. Possibly. I don't want to say it's a definite, but I will say it's a definitely maybe with all that. And, Mulan, to me, wasn't worth the $30. And they're going to be doing Soul Disney Plus is going to be releasing Soul for free. Release things for free, man. Like, at this point, we're paying for HBO Max, what, $15 a month? I don't mind getting one movie for free, man. Like, especially if it's that. And we're going to get the Zack Snyder, the Snyder cut into a series at this point. Like, come on. Just give us the stuff. Give us the stuff. I personally don't like that the female lead movies are the ones going to streaming. Well, and also Soul. Soul is also going. Vaccine, no thanks. Marijuana is secure. Oh, PURP, bruh. Savage. I love it. Man, theaters are screwed. Amen, bro. Like, this is going to be a huge change for the theater industry. And if not, I think they lucked out. Because if they get out of this without having to actually change and shift their whole model, again, they got lucky. The less said about their Mulan remake, the better. Yeah, let's be real here. That remake was... Look, I'm not going to say it was horrible, but what I will say is this. It wasn't the original. That's all I'm going to say. Did you see the deal between Cinemark and Universal? Yes, which is a crazy deal. I had actually been going through that last night, and I saw that if it's under a certain dollar amount in the box office, it can go straight to VOD. Something like between 6 and 8 weeks. I'm actually going to just look that up real quick. As much as I love and miss going to theaters, this is going to be great. They will still make a lot of money too. This will be great, Michael. Like, I'm seeing some new faces in here too. Thanks for coming through. Obviously, Michael, PURP, thanks for riding up. Christian, two Christians, my two Christians, the two homies. Jamie, Temecula. Jeez, that was a mouthful for me for a second. But if you haven't, be sure to hit that subscribe button, y'all, and support your boy. Got some more streams coming up this week. I will be on the Geeks Roundtable tomorrow on my boy Ring Geekness channel, and then I will be doing my live stream with my co-host Steph from over at Minute Movie Pop. So be sure to check that out too, guys. That'll be tomorrow. The live stream I'm doing on my channel will be tomorrow at 6 o'clock p.m. MT. So that's 8 ET, 7 CT, and 5 PT. I don't feel too optimistic that Black Widow is going to be a good movie. The movie going to streaming will be a win for Disney. The way I feel about Black Widow is it's too late. She dies in Endgame. We know what happened. So why even go there? Why even, like, put that in? I feel like this movie should have came out when Captain Marvel came out, and then Captain Marvel could come out now. That's just my thought, but, like, I kind of feel like we have this after Endgame. We already know how things with Natasha are going to play out. I'm not really that excited, man. Like, to be honest, I'm really not that hyped. I'm very hyped for Wonder Woman in 1984, but not really for Black Widow. I'm a lukewarm. Back when I was going back to the movies post-quarantine, the theaters were so empty. Yeah, they are so empty. They're so empty, man. And, like, I just haven't seen a ton of people going to the movie theaters. I'll probably just wait to own it because I don't want to pay $15 a month. I don't know. I understand that, iHeartMovies. I totally get it. For me, I'm already an active HBO Max subscriber, so it's just one more bonus for me. Like, I'm like, yo, I'm feeling it. Yeah, MCM, like, let's really just hope that Black Widow just comes to Disney Plus. Like, let's be real here. I'm just going to say it. That was my hope from the get-go when the pandemic started and things were happening and they were pushing back. And as soon as they showed Trolls on VOD, I was like, all right, come on. Why can't we do that with Black Widow? I don't need a theater release for that movie. I'd be a little mixed if it was, like, in-game. Like, I'd be like, okay, hold on. But Black Widow, that's a character that unfortunately has passed on, so I just hope that No Time to Die goes straight to theaters. That's the movie I care about the most right now. I mean, I can't promise, and with the way things are happening now, we might see a pattern of this happening where it's theaters, VOD. Black Widow should have released 4 years ago. I mean, I think the perfect opportunity to release Black Widow would have either been right after Iron Man 2, or it would have been in the Captain Marvel spot. Then you get one movie talking about Natasha, her life, her life outside of this, her sister. Like, we get that movie before she makes the great sacrifice. I think that would have been such a cool movie to like sandwich in, not tell her she dies, but also give that one last kind of hoorah before she does. Unfortunately, Marvel, for whatever reason, released this movie so late. I think it could have honestly been after Iron Man 2, to be honest. Black Widow looks like fun, but nothing groundbreaking. Yeah, I mean, what I like about Black Widow is it does kind of have that Winter Soldier vibe of like the espionage, spy thriller-ish feel. But yeah, you're right. Nothing groundbreaking. And I'm mixed about the Taskmaster, and here's why. I like him a lot as a villain, and I feel like putting him in the Black Widow movie is almost a waste unless he's going to come back up. Because I'm like, all right, you've got this great villain who knows how to mimic and copy like people's fighting styles and moves, and he's in this movie. I don't know. I feel a little bit weird about them using Taskmaster, but I guess he's not that big of a villain. Like, he's not a Galactus or anything, so I guess it's not like a true waste. An empty theater is a good thing. I don't like a lot of people around me. PURP. I am the same way. I've literally always been the same way about movie theaters. Like, I sit as far away as possible. Unfortunately, through the last like 3 years, I have not been able to do that. But that's typically like when I'm going to a movie and it's not premiere, like I sit far away from people. I'm like, yo, I want to be spaced out, guys. So when they did the social distancing, I was like, yo, I've already been through that. Dune, Top Gun, Maverick, and No Time to Die are the main ones I want to see in theaters and in IMAX. That's all up in the air right now. And look, it will come to theaters and to streaming services. So I can't say it's up in the air, but I can say that there will be possibly different ways to watch those movies. Possibly. Yeah, Captain Marvel, I try to give it some kind of credit. And what I did like about Captain Marvel is the chemistry between Brie Larson and Samuel L. Jackson. I really like the two of them on camera together. I think they have this like really fun buddy cop dynamic that just works when you kind of have the old school with the new school. Like, I love the dynamic between those two. But other than that, I'm like, man, Brie alone, brick wall as Captain Marvel. And look, I like Brie Larson as an actress, but I was like, man, I just didn't like Captain Marvel, really. When there was no Nick Fury, the movie just felt stale to me. I think regardless of where Wonder Woman 84 was, as it's going to blow up because people have been waiting for this movie almost 2 years. Yeah, I mean, I'm wondering, my wonder is where, like, how are we going to see that in terms of monetization, especially with the HBO Max, because you already have people who will be subscribed. Will this attract a lot of people to subscribe for that reason? I'm curious, and I'm wondering if this will be free, because it feels almost too good to be true to be free. Like, to be completely free, it feels just a little bit too good to be true. Like, I'm almost thinking there's going to be an HBO Max Premiere Access, possibly, but maybe not. Who knows? Did you play the new Avengers game? It was so goddamn trash. I watched so much gameplay, and I seen so many glitches, and some of the features that were not that attractive. I skipped buying that one, and plus, what's bad about that Avengers game is now the PS5 and the Xbox Series X are out, and it's like, why even release games around that window? Come on. I was looking forward to seeing No Time to Die. Yeah, No Time to Die, like, look, we could be looking at here theaters and streaming services. So for people like you, Sly, for people like me, Christian, we'll still get to see that stuff in theaters. Brick wall, Plankton from Ed, Edd n Eddy. Yo, you just made an Ed, Edd n Eddy reference. I love Ed, Edd n Eddy, my man. Yes. Cybernux for that. Yes. But yes, totally brick wallish in that movie. But just going back to HBO Max and this decision, this is a huge deal. I don't know if this will mean every single movie is going to go this way, but it's looking like we could be looking at a movie theater, streaming service, your pick, your choice option here. When I saw Jay's rant, that was enough not to play the game. I'm talking about Jay Vader's. yeah, and I've seen some rants. I've seen some people go off about the game, and I'm like, I'm okay. I'm good. I'll wait until I can get Miles Morales on a new PS5. Then I'll be back in the gaming circuit. What do you think about the Eternal are going to be? I think that it's possible that things can kind of clear up enough to have those come to theaters, but they might opt for this option. We may be looking, like I was saying earlier, at a change so that they can actually use this as an option. Now, I'm not sure if that meant what I think about the situation of their release or how I feel about the movies. I'm excited for both of those simply because there are new characters. It's fresh. The Eternals, they're not characters that we've explored in the MCU. Shang-Chi, same deal. Shang-Chi comics, I absolutely love his comics. So I'm very excited to see him live action. I really think they're going to go all out on that fight choreography. But as long as it's better than Iron Fist Season 1, I'm there. Because let's be real here. Iron Fist Season 1 was horrible. But yeah, as long as that fight choreography is top notch, your boy's gonna feel good about that. But guys, Wonder Woman 1984, I'm glad that there has at least been kind of some middle ground. Give us the movie. We've been waiting so long, it feels like. When was this first supposed to come out? I'm trying to think about when this was first supposed to come out. Wasn't it November of last year? I'm looking that up real quick, guys. I'm just looking it up real quick because I believe it was November of last year. Or you guys can let me know down in the chat. I just don't know off the top of my head. But I want to say it was supposed to be November 2019. Sorry, I was trying to figure out. I was like, I don't know when it was supposed to come out. Announced December 13th, 2019. So we've been waiting a year for this. It was supposed to be December 2019. So we were waiting. Oof. What's more important right now, the Snyder Cut or the Mandalorian? Well, to me, definitely the Mandalorian. I mean, look, I love Mando, and Mando has a track record of working. No offense to the Snyder Cut, but the Snyder Cut, no guarantee that that's going to be great. Let's be real. And look, to anybody who used the hashtag release the Snyder Cut and, was a part of the movement, look, I'm happy it happened for you. That was me with Sonic, so I am happy it happened for you. I hope it's good for your sake. But for me, I just don't know how the Snyder Cut's going to be. Said that Jay Vader said that in the Avengers video game, he couldn't get the Platinum Trophy and the multiplayer didn't work. See, that's that stuff where I'm just like, all right, see, I just won't even play. That'll drive me away. Cheetah looks so trash. I hope they fix the effects before the release. I don't think she looks super trash, but I think that it almost looked unfinished in that fandom trailer, and I know they're done, but I'm like, is there a little bit more post going into this? Because it didn't look color corrected to me. It looked almost like there needed to be a little bit of color grading there to help the fur and the costume, but I don't know. Maybe that's it, man. And what I wanted to say about the cheetah comment is that I honestly would have been okay with them rolling with the fur coat and the boots look. I thought that looked really cool. That would have been a cool modern take on the cheetah costume, or on the cheetah skin, because she does morph into a character like that. I would have been cool with her just rocking the coat and the boots. First December 2019, then change it to November, then change it to summer. Yeah, see, I thought I remembered in November, so yeah, it's and then it got changed to summer, and then the pandemic hit, and it's oh my god, we've been waiting for Wonder Woman 1984 for so long. By the time it comes out, it will almost have been a couple years we've been waiting. And thanks for coming out, Eric Herrera, a new face in the chat. Looking forward to Batman Gotham Knights. Freak the Avengers game. $60. That's my thing about these new games sometimes, is I'm like, dude, if it's not a top-notch, I'm talking Cyberpunk 2077, Miles Morales, I'm not going to be paying those $60. I'm just being real here. Cheetah effects looks like the battle between Black Panther and Killmonger. Yeah, which, that's the only part of Black Panther that I was like, this is kind of messy, guys. Could have been cleaned up. Leo, who you got tomorrow, Gucci or Jeezy? Ooh, that versus is gonna be hot, man. Probably Jeezy, bro. I don't know though. Like, it can go either way, but probably Jeezy. $70 the standard. Yeah. But I'm okay with that for games like Miles Morales. Like, I will pay that for games that are just amazing to look at and look amazing to play and kind of have some great playthroughs before they come out. I'm definitely gonna pay $70 or $80 for Miles Morales. I'll pay $100 for Miles Morales. I mean, let's be real here. When I first saw Miles Morales in the comics, I was like, oh my god, there's a black Spider-Man. So, like, yeah, there's no way I'm skipping that up. I would take Iron Fist Season 1 over the entire Inhumans show, though. Dude, I would take anything over that Inhumans show. I watched the first 2 episodes in theaters when they did an IMAX, and I was just like, nope, I won't watch any more episodes. And since then, I have not seen not another episode. Favorite superhero movie of all time. So everybody gets on me about this, but it is Spider-Man 2, especially because Spider-Man was like my exposure to superheroes in general and comics in general. So I definitely went with Spider-Man as Spider-Man 2 is my favorite superhero movie of all time. But I mean, look, I know it has its problems, but I just absolutely love that train sequence. Like, I think that train sequence is such a defining moment for superhero movies because what it did is it showed that society can sometimes put the cell phones and the cameras down to let a hero know you did a great day's work. So for me, I mean, Spider-Man 2, and there are a couple others that come up on my list too that I just absolutely love. The Dark Knight, Logan. Oh, Logan is a masterpiece in my opinion because it's really not even like a superhero film. It's more of a Western blend. So I just love that blend of genre there. Not Endgame. Look, I liked Endgame, but Endgame's not my favorite. Infinity War was really good, but it's that Spider-Man 2. I mean, it just, for me, Spider-Man 2, I think it holds a lot to my heart just for what it did for me, for comics, for comic book movies, how much I loved it. So it's Spider-Man 2. I love me some Spider-Man 2. Crazy thing that Sony wanted to charge more than $70 for their games, but they settled for $70. Look, I was scared they were going to go for like $80, $85. I didn't get a chance to see none of the episodes. I'm not even going to touch it, Sly, at all. Excuse me. What's your opinion on 2012's Amazing Spider-Man movie? For me, it's a guilty pleasure. So when it first came out, I saw it at the midnight premiere, and I actually liked it. And then I went back and watched it a little later, and I was like, I don't think I like this as much as I did. And I think what I did like about the Amazing Spider-Man movies, as much as I tend to dump on them, they're at the bottom of my Spider-Man movies list, what I will admire is that they were closer to the comic book lore. In terms of the story, and including Lizard in the first movie. For me, Andrew Garfield, though, he was not Peter Parker to me. Like, the skateboard stuff and all that, like, I'm like, that's not really PP. Like, when I think of Peter Parker, I don't think of... So, not really my cup of tea. The Amazing Spider-Man 1 over the Amazing Spider-Man 2, but I can understand why it's a guilty pleasure, that's for sure. My reason why I ever want to say how bad it was, it's made me not even interested in seeing it. Yeah, I watched the first couple episodes in IMAX of the Inhumans, and it's pretty bad, guys. But y'all, I'm kind of hitting the point here where I need to get back to work. But guys, definitely, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel and come on back tomorrow around. I be forgetting time sometimes. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. MT. 8 p.m. ET, 7 p.m. CT, and 5 p.m. PT. I will be doing my trailer talk live stream with my co-host Steph from Minute Movie Pop, where we just actually live react to the latest trailers. We look at those trailers together, and you guys down in the comments, we talk with you, we communicate with everybody in the chat, and talk movies, the latest. Back tomorrow. Hit that subscribe and like button for your boy, and we will see you guys next time. See ya, and thanks for coming out. Had quite a few people come through this time, so thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next time.